So hello everybody, welcome back. Today we'll be taking a look at this Type 95 light tank Khalkhin Gol from Dragon in 135 scale. Some cool box art here, I think. And here we have an illustration of the different versions we can build here. I kind of like the first two the best, even though they're all the same. Here we have some of the detail you can put in it. This is a commercial over the model. It looks like there's some photo etch in here. So I guess you can prop it open, put the machine gun in, or have it closed. This front hatch, it looks like. It looks like there's for the Fenders some photo etch as well. Let's get her open. Here we have the same old Dragon instruction sheet like always. Looks like there's a lot of plastic here. I see here like 10 sprues of plastic. And you have the lower hull, the upper hull, and here the turret. Photo etch parts. The tree of photo etch parts. The color callouts: yellow with brown flat base, red, brown, and Imperial Japanese Army green. So we start here, we're building bogies, sprockets, idler arms, same old stuff like always. Here, this looks like the whole machine gun. Second step, we're working on the back of the hull, putting the idler arm on. Here is the tow cable with the brackets for it, the shackles, the shackle mounts and the shackles, some tail lights. And there's some pre-instructions here for these parts too. And here we're doing suspension, front and back road wheel arm, and this piece that goes in the middle. So it's like, that's a commonality in all the Japanese tanks. You have these springs here with the cover on it. I've noticed that about all of them. And here we have the front plate, the sprocket covers. I'm putting the sprockets in bogies and more support rollers on. And we're putting these hatches here together. This is here for this back piece. And grills and ventilation. The whole machine gun. PE here. The front fenders. Hatches for the front. And here's this here for the, I'm not really sure what that is. I guess for the driver's hatch. This piece in the front here. I'm going to put the front plate on. And here we're building the turret. You have the top of the turret there on the top. Here's the bottom of the turret. And, well, I don't like this. It has the parts that hold the turret into the hull separately. And I find that they don't hold all that well, really. And I like that. I've had very few tanks. Usually they're molded into it. And here we have parts of the gun, the mantle, putting all that together. Here's the machine gun for the back of the hull, the back of the turret. So you put we're putting the main gun in. It looks like some grenade launchers. And the cupola there on the top. And here we're putting the machine gun into the turret there. And some hatches. And detail on the side, these vents. Here as well. And here we have the exhaust. And the photo etch for the exhaust covers. Yeah, jack, and for the tools, a piece. I'm putting that on here. It's like a fender piece with the tools on it. And maybe a toolbox or something, some kind of storage box. The jack. And you put it all together. Put the track on, put the turret on, and you have your built tank. And here's our painting schemes. We have the first one here from the 1st Tank Regiment, Malaya, 1941. Manchuria, 1944. The Charlie Company, 7th Tank Regiment, Philippines, 1942. And the 13th Tank Regiment, China. Now, I think this is wrong, because it's 1944 and it has a yellow stripe. And the yellow stripe was only used on the early versions. These look like they're all painted in the same color, the same colors, but later in the war they used different colors on their tanks. So this can't be right. The early versions should have this, but either in 1942, so this one might be wrong too. They changed the color schemes in 42 or 43. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I'll put it in the video. I got it written down somewhere. So this is definitely wrong. This is not the right color scheme. The yellow stripe is wrong. This one may be wrong because it might have been 42 when they changed it. But I would probably build an earlier version, one of these two anyways. Because this should be from China. I don't know. It doesn't have a year. That could be late or early in the war, actually. But, okay, that's something to consider here. This paint scheme is wrong. It's too late for this scheme. Then let's take a look at the plastic. Let's take a look at this track first. We have Polytrac in this kit, which is not really normal by Dragon. They usually have a separate piece track, from what I know. But this is a small track, so, and it does look pretty good. It has some really good detail here. Between. Looks nice. This side is not bad either. It's not flat. It does have ridges in the middle of everything. And you see, maybe, the center guides also have holes in them. So they put a little thought into making this track, even though it's Polytrac, which is okay. I find Polytrac is a little bit easier to work with sometimes. At least it's not as... it doesn't take as much time to put it together. And it can turn out okay. But I always seem to have the problem, because I put a lot of different coats of paint on them to get the weathering, and it ends up peeling off, and I don't know why. That only happens in Polytrac. It doesn't happen on the single piece. So here we have the top of the hull. There's lots of good rivet detail here. Here, look at the hinges look good here. Lots of good rivet detail overall here. Nice detail everywhere. Nice detail on the bottom of the hull. Just got a plate goes on the front. Here's nice. So the whole detail is really, really nice, I think. They did a really good job molding this. And here we have our turret. Here we have our turret. The the top of the turret and the top of the cupola. There's a lot of nice detail on here as well. Nice rivets everywhere. Cupola as well. Here we have the some sight blocks here and here. They're not open, but they look good still. And here we have our photo etch and some clear parts for sights and stuff, and the lights. The photo etch grills and stuff. The photo etch looks really good too. You see all these these little rings here. Really nice detail. Here's our jack. One tree with just the jack on it. 4 pieces. It's nice. It looks good. Nice detail. There's a molding line on this side though. Have to be shaved down. But you can do that when you clean up the connection point there. Not so bad. Here's our grenade launcher. Also nice. There's another tree with there's only 3 parts on it. This is the H tree. Not really sure exactly what they are. But it looks nice. There's some just ripped this bolt heads here. Good detail on it. And here are our fenders. See, on the bottom is usually where the problems are. But this must be slide molded because there's no pin marks here. A nice detail on the top. But they put photo etch in there, so they should have put these supports also as photo etch, I think. But they look good still. There's nice rivet detail along the sides here. Got a part falling off here. That's the one box, like a toolbox. So here we have the front plate, the top of the hull. It's really nice. Lots of good detail on it. The tow cable, hatches. We have an option here of open or close for this piece. Really nice detail. Here's the exhausts. They also, even for the exhaust, they have a hole in the end, so it's not a flat piece at least. It's probably not completely hollow, but at least it has the attempt of being hollow. The tools look good. Some really nice detail here. And here are some of our suspension parts, as well as this front piece for the top of the hull. Either an open or closed. You have your option here. These wheels look good. There's detail on both sides of it. No pin marks. That looks really nice too here. So here we have the bottom of the turret, the hatches. Nice detail along here. There's a gun tube. It looks good too for a plastic one. Sometimes you do get good plastic ones, especially the small caliber guns turn out better than the large caliber guns, I think. Really good detail overall on this kit. And here's our last two trees. And these are the mostly suspension parts. Once again, the road wheels, the sprockets, support rollers, and the bogie, the arms for the bogies. Detailed on both sides, no pin marks, really nice. It's a really good looking kit. Guess they gotta be using slide molding on this. I don't think they could do these wheels and stuff without pin marks, without slide molding. That's usually the most problem part is like on tanks is the road wheels. You have one side is nice and the other side, usually the inside, has pin marks and it's flat. These look good. So this is a really nice looking kit. I think it'll turn out really, really good. Can't wait to start building it. But I gotta finish some other stuff first. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And join me in my next video. We'll be taking a look at this Fiat G50 from the Regia Aeronautica. An Italian fighter from World War II.